Riomay Renewable Energies was incorporated in 1977 and as such was one of the first renewable businesses started in the UK. We now offer a full range of technologies to large corporates and into the construction industry, and we also have a division that specialises in putting PV domestic solutions into UK households. Green and environmental issues are now broadly understood and quite well communicated. Since the introduction of the feed-in tariff, businesses are now able to take some commercial decisions but that have a very positive effect on the environment. So they can now invest in renewable energy systems, get a very good return for that investment, but at the same time have a big difference on the environment. PV systems are relatively easy to understand. The light from the sun hits a solar panel. The panel then creates a direct current, electricity current, that flows through to a box that's housed either on the roof or in the basement called an inverter, and that converts the DC current into an AC current that can then be used by the household or the business, or under the feed-in tariff scheme can be exported back into the grid for a further payment of tariff. Riomay work with clients from prior to the planning permission being sought all the way through to after the installation and the commissioning of the system. What's probably most interesting is that even during the installation process, there's little or no disruption to the normal working activities for the business. Going back 10 years, PV installations were generally considered not to be commercially viable. In April 2010, the government introduced the feed-in tariffs, which changed that. And most commercial installations now should give their owners a return on investment of in excess of 10%. And that is looked to increase over the years in line with the retail price inflation and also in line with utility price inflation as well. Riomay have been working with Wirebelt for the last few months to create what we understand to be the largest roof-mounted PV array system in Kent. The programme started with us working in an advisory role to Wirebelt, moving forward into design and then the installation of the system itself, which is made up of 420 PV panels, a total of just under 100 kilowatt peak system, and it's going to create energy of just under 83,000 kilowatt hours per year.
Wirebelt chose Riomay because it took us some time to find a couple of very good companies who would have the potential to supply us with the whole of the PV array at the right price. And once we had done so, it became relatively straightforward to choose Riomay on the basis of their previous experience.
For a company that's looking for a renewable energy system, 3 pieces of advice. The first of all is to make sure the installer that they use is Microgeneration Certification Scheme certified or MCS certified. The second is to make sure, of course, like with any other purchase, that they get 3 quotes for the work. And the third, of course, is to make sure that Riomay is one of those quotes.
The partnership between Wirebelt and Riomay and an accredited company should be a good signal to other companies to come forward earlier investigating these opportunities.
Working with Riomay has shown us that we can actually achieve a project of this size very much on time and on budget. And for that reason, if none other, I would recommend Riomay for anybody else considering a major investment in photovoltaic arrays.